I would say at least for the immediate future, demand's going to continue to outpace the supply, which is going to cause some tremendous bidding wars with assets that come to market. But really, again, just from a 30,000 foot view with what's going on here in Long Beach, I mean, all signs are pointing to fundamentals are going to continue to stay strong.
Hey everyone, on This Week in Multifamily, we're going to discuss Long Beach multifamily real estate. And here today we've got Trey Mitchell with the Multifamily SoCal team who specializes in the Long Beach apartment market. Trey has been super active in the market. Just over the past couple weeks has put 5 multifamily properties under contract and has 2 more listings coming out. So we're just going to talk with Trey about the market, get to learn a little about what's going on, and just more or less pick your brain and see what's up, what's going on in the marketplace. So thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me, Dan.
Absolutely. So first and foremost, I just got a couple list of questions that I want to ask you about. You know, a lot of investors, love the Long Beach apartment market. They want to acquire more real estate in the marketplace. There's always lots going on. What's kind of the word on the street right now? What are owners talking about?
Yeah, I would say right now for landlords in Long Beach, a common topic of discussion really is what's going on legislatively from both a local and state level. With AB 1482, obviously coming from the state, recent eviction moratoriums, a lot of landlords are just wondering what it truly means to be a landlord in this market. And with that said, they are, taking a look. Some landlords are thinking, hey, maybe it's time to get out of this market. Whether they're going to exchange into another county, potentially exchange into another state, or even another product such as triple nets, coupon clipper, or something of that nature. Mm-hmm. But I would say, and I can't go without saying this, is a majority of landlords in Long Beach are still enjoying the market, enjoying the story that's taking place out there, and really just taking a look at what's going on operationally within their asset, numbers-wise, as well as what their management's doing, rent collections, and seeing, how can they continue to operate their buildings as is, or see, hey, you know what, maybe there's a way for me to improve my real estate positions moving forward.
Gotcha. So more or less in 21, how are operations right now? How are assets? How's the properties more or less performing now as compared to last year in COVID?
Yeah, I would say without question, they're doing great. Rent collections are still staying strong. There's definitely some tenants out there that got behind in rent, but as long as landlords have been, Johnny on the spot with property management, as well as how they manage their assets moving forward, there's really hasn't been too much of hiccups. There's been a couple tenants that got behind, but with applications getting into rental programs and rental relief, everything looks to be rather, status quo from almost even pre-pandemic levels.
Gotcha. So the market wasn't too bad in 20 and then just gotten a little bit stronger in 21.
Yeah.
No, that's great. So overall operations are good. People want to be in the marketplace. Some people are considering maybe their options if they want to just sit tight, maybe exchange, maybe acquire more units, kind of all of the above.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that would be fair.
So talk to us about price per unit, cap rates. What are we to expect within the marketplace? And I know that Long Beach is a vast marketplace. Mm-hmm. There's coastal Long Beach, there's North Long Beach, Bixby, Belmont Heights, to name a few.
Yeah.
But if you were to kind of solve it to a cap rate, say coastal, non-coastal, where are caps, where are price per units?
Yeah, I would say from a 30,000 foot view, on an average cap rate, we're looking at about 4.5%, which dropped about 20 basis points during the pandemic. And I would say ultimately in terms of a price per unit, we're looking at an average of about $270,000 a door. And that's again, just from a 30,000 foot view. And we're still talking about, 50 square miles of real estate here in Long Beach. So it could be very fluid depending on where you're at. North Long Beach, we're seeing price points averaging between maybe $190,000 to $230,000 a unit.
Got it.
With cap rates that are getting up in the high 4s, breaking the 5s. And then if you're maybe in a coastal market like Belmont Shore, you're going to see cap rates dropping below 4s into the high 3s, maybe teetering up if you're lucky into the 4s, and then average price per unit around $360,000, $370,000 and higher.
Gotcha. And so caps have compressed 20, 25 basis points kind of across the board since last year?
Yeah, I would say from off the top of my head, last year we were looking at an average cap rate of about maybe 4.7%, maybe 4.75%. And right now, again, like I said, from a 30,000 foot view, it's dropped about 20, 25 basis points.
Gotcha.
We're seeing 4.5.
So pricing's up.
Yeah, pricing's definitely up.
With the properties that you have under contract,
Yeah.
talk to us about offer activity. Is it more or less the same as it was last year? Is that picked up?
Yeah, I would say it's definitely picked up unequivocally. We're seeing multiple offers come in from well-qualified buyers, some that are some that's exchange capital, some that's also just buyers that were sitting on the sidelines due to what happened during the pandemic. So right now, I would say it's a very, very competitive market with good quality assets that hit the open market.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, that sounds good. That's very interesting. I mean, Long Beach is just such a, great market to be in. There's so many apartment buildings. There's a lot of deals that trade. We've got a lot of capital within Orange County. There's very few buildings on the market in Orange County. We've seen some equity that has migrated from Orange County into Long Beach. Those are some of the properties that we have under contract right now is through Orange County money.
Yep.
I think that Long Beach is very quick. You can get a half an hour drive from wherever you live in Orange County. You can get over there. You can scale a portfolio, and then there's been some people that have owned in Long Beach and operated in Long Beach, but then now they're opening up their horizons. Maybe it might be back to some of the legislative stuff and maybe a little bit more restrictions, and they're saying, well, you know what, if I get a good asset up maybe the 605 corridor in Downey, maybe it is Orange County. So there's kind of equity going back each different way, and we're able to be a conduit within the marketplace to kind of help migrate that capital.
Absolutely.
And you've done a great job with growing that. What's your looking at where we're at in the marketplace now and forecasting? We're in November 2021. What do you think market wise moving into Q1, Q2, kind of forecasting for the first half of next year? I'm not asking you to predict exactly where pricing is.
I left my crystal ball at home.
There you go. Yeah. It's probably good to just not look at it. But from your feel, with all these deals you've got under contract, generating all these other offers, do you feel the market's going to get tighter next year? Do you think there's going to be less properties for sale because there's more buyers, demand's going to kind of outpace it, and pricing might go up further? Or do you think we're going to kind of level off here? What's your best guess?
I would say, at least for the immediate future, demand's going to continue to outpace the supply, which is going to cause some tremendous bidding wars with assets that come to market. But really, again, just from a 30,000 foot view with what's going on here in Long Beach, I mean, all signs are pointing to fundamentals are going to continue to stay strong. With what's going on in downtown, there's billions of dollars that are being pumped in to really improve the downtown location of Long Beach from both private and public funds that, are really wanting to make sure that this, absolutely gorgeous coastal downtown location is going to continue to flourish. And really with what's going on, and actually what I think are the three biggest topics, job growth, population, as well as where rents are going. We're going to see about 35% job growth coming up to about 2030. This is the 7th most populous city in all of California, so we're going to see population above 500,000, and ultimately with where rent growth is, I mean, the last 12 months we saw at least 6% of rent growth. And I can only imagine it being an affordable market continued to, in comparison to LA County and Orange County, rents are just going to continue to climb.
Yep. I mean, it feels like Long Beach is still, there's a lot of value there, intrinsic value there. Prices have gone up. We have seen a run, but relatively speaking, it still feels like, some of the price per units that you're mentioning and the cap rates, those are actually pretty attractive.
Exactly.
You can't get those type of cap rates within Orange County or even up the 605 corridor and bordering markets. So if you're a yield buyer or a price per unit sensitive buyer, Long Beach seems like, a really good market to be in, even moving forward.
Yeah, without question.
Yeah. So, well, we really appreciate the update. Yeah. Love to kind of pick your brain and get the information. Hopefully the viewers, I'm sure, found that of value. And if you want to, talk to Trey one-on-one and find out more about what's going on in Long Beach, or if you have an immediate requirement to kind of look at the value or equity position in your apartment building in Long Beach, or just want to get a sense of what's going on, or you're a buyer, feel free to reach out to Trey direct and connect with him. We'll put his contact information below. And just thanks for being here and sharing information.
Yeah, thanks, brother.
Yeah, not a problem. Yep. All right, well, thanks again, and we'll see you on the next video.